Identifying market gaps is the cornerstone of product strategy, yet most teams approach it with methods that are inherently flawed and subjective. Today, I'm going to challenge the status quo and show you how a scientific, deterministic process can uncover opportunities that traditional analyses miss. You'll learn how to transform scattered data into a clear roadmap for product innovation. Why is this so difficult in the product industry? Because product managers are expected to be data-driven, but the tools they use often force them into manual, interpretive work. At quarantadue.ai, every MCP workflow starts from the real tool interface, not from a generic prompt. The goal is simple. Keep the expert in control while the system structures the evidence. Inputs, reasoning, and outputs stay connected in one reviewable flow. Now the results become easier to compare, easier to review, and easier to explain. Market data comes in one format, competitor analysis in another, customer feedback in yet another. Generic tools like spreadsheets require constant updating and are prone to human error. Even advanced BI platforms don't specialize in gap analysis, leaving teams to stitch together insights. The result is inconsistent priorities, internal debates, and ultimately missed market windows. Let's talk about the technical method. Effective gap analysis requires a framework that standardizes how we measure and compare opportunities. This starts with defining key dimensions: market attractiveness, competitive intensity, customer urgency, and trend velocity. Each dimension is broken down into measurable variables such as market growth rate or competitor feature parity. We then apply weighted scoring based on your strategic goals. A common misconception is that this is just about data aggregation. It's actually about creating a model that reflects your unique business context. By using deterministic calculations, we remove personal biases and ensure that every gap is evaluated on the same criteria. AnalyzeGaps embodies this method in software. It connects to your data sources, whether they're internal databases, third-party APIs, or manual uploads. The system establishes baselines for each dimension and continuously updates them as new data arrives. The core engine calculates gaps by identifying disparities between market demand and current offerings, both yours and competitors. Every calculation is logged in an audit trail, so you can trace how each gap was identified and prioritized. Additionally, the scenario modeling feature lets you simulate changes like entering a new segment or responding to a competitive threat and see how gap priorities shift. Now, let me walk you through a hypothetical example. Suppose you're managing a fitness app. You input data showing that the market for mental wellness features is growing at 20% annually. Competitors have basic meditation tools, but customer reviews indicate demand for personalized stress management plans. Trend reports highlight AI-driven customization. AnalyzeGaps processes this and identifies a high-priority gap, integrating AI-powered mental wellness coaching. It calculates the potential user adoption, revenue impact, and development effort. You can then model what happens if you launch in 3 months versus 6, or if a competitor beats you to it. The output is a quantified assessment that guides your roadmap. For compliance and reporting, AnalyzeGaps generates detailed yet digestible reports. These include visualizations like gap matrices, trend lines, and impact scores. The reports are structured to meet regulatory requirements, with clear documentation of data sources and methodologies. This transparency builds trust with stakeholders, from engineering teams to executive boards, ensuring everyone is aligned on the why behind each decision. In closing, AnalyzeGaps provides a systematic, unbiased approach to market gap analysis that saves time, reduces risk, and drives smarter product decisions. If you're ready to move from guesswork to precision,